Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the GolfMongwer Show. I'm your host, Brian Steffen. I am the GolfMongwer. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. It's one of my favorite days of the year, being 68.3% Irish like I am. So it's an excuse to drink some green beer and have a good time. But as we were talking before we came in, it's also the first day of the NCAA tournament. So it's like Christmas if you're a sports fan. The API started today. Arnold Palmer down at Bay Hill. Without Bubba Watson, so
we're going to be saying that a lot in the future after he wins Augusta.
Man, I can't wait for him to win so he'll quit.
Yeah.
Anyway, all of a sudden people are talking about why he's not playing, why Spieth doesn't play, why somebody else doesn't. They should have to play. Because Palmer getting up in age, and he made the announcement that he's not going to hit the ceremonial first tee at the Masters in a few weeks. And everybody's speculating it's just because of, age and a little declining health. And, well, you better hurry up and play in it, show your respects.
Yeah.
I don't know that you have to play in the man's tournament to show that you respect a man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I respect him. I'm not playing.
I've never played in his event.
Yeah.
I respect him. I mean, does that mean we need to get down there and play next year?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll arrange a road trip. I guess we could, but, it's amazing. Guys haven't played in it for years. No one's saying anything till now, But good strong field, as always down there. Hoping to make a good fantasy comeback this week because I've been.
Because you suck.
I suck so far this year, and looks like this week is going to be no exception.
Yeah.
I got Adam Scott on my team. Shot 500 today. He's on the bench.
Well, I didn't put Justin Rose in.
I did, and he shot 4 under. And I started Heinrich Stenson, who shot 5 under, so I feel better about myself.
Yeah.
But I got Matt Every, who threw 2 holes is 1 over, which there's a lot of golf left, a defending champ. I'm sure he's going to be fine. He's who I started instead of Adam Scott. And then I've got Paul Casey, who's also yet to tee off. So looking pretty good in there. But I got to start making a run here through the end of the spring and into the summer session. Another big thing. Did you know today? I did not know this. Did you know that today was Bobby Jones' birthday?
No, I didn't know that.
Yep. How about that? St. Patty's Day is Bobby Jones' birthday. He was born in 1902.
Wow.
So if he was alive today, that makes him, 114?
114.
Yeah. Yeah, great Bobby Jones' birthday today. Very, very important news today that I'm surprised hasn't trumped all of everything else that's going on today. The PGA of America has decided to cancel the Grand Slam of golf.
The what?
I'm sorry. Did I stumble? Did I stumble over that?
There's what?
Exactly. That proves my point. The thing that surprises me that I didn't know, and this just tells you how much we don't care about this event. They've been playing it since 1979.
Seriously.
Yeah. When I read the article earlier today about they came out and announced that they were canceling the PGA was canceling the Grand Slam of golf, which is played at the end of the year. It's supposed to, the original design was to have the 4 major champions play. And, with the schedules changing and more golf going around the world and almost a year-round schedule on the PGA Tour now, can I be honest with you, it doesn't surprise me, one, that over the last 10 years, a lot of the major champs have opted to not even play in it.
Yeah.
So they put in somebody else. Jim Furyk's played in it 5 times. He's only won 1 major.
Huh.
He's played in it 5 times. But no, they just decided in a statement from the PGA, it said when the Grand Slam of golf was launched in 1979, the golf world was much different than it is today. The PGA Tour's wraparound schedule, the European Tour's race to Dubai, plus other important international events make the fall schedule very busy and hectic for the top players in the world. It had also become challenging to attract fans, television viewers, and media interest.
Especially those fans.
Yeah. Well, first of all, play it not on an island somewhere where fans could actually go. For the last 8 years, they've been playing in Bermuda. Not just an easy, hey, let's hop in the car and
Yeah.
go catch out the Grand Slam. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of guys haven't even played in it. They've turned it down. Phil's turned it down a couple of times. Oosthuizen and McIlroy, they haven't even played in it. So, yeah, it's just done. Not shocking news. Like I said, most people don't even realize it even existed, even golf fans. But, I mean, it makes sense to me. And that statement describes it perfectly. The European Tour plays all the way into damn near Thanksgiving before they crown their champion, the Race to Dubai winner. With PGA Tour season starting in October now, there's just that used to be part of the silly season, which was kind of a fun thing for four guys to get together, go to a nice warm destination, the four major champions, and go ahead and win. But you've got all these other worldwide events, the WGC things, and other. It's just different. It doesn't surprise me at all. Talking about Arnold Palmer, and he's not playing, and he's not hitting the ceremonial first tee shot at the Masters, which will be a bummer. You won't see the big three on that first tee in the first morning, but doesn't mean it's not still a big factor. But apparently things are doing well for the king and his people. The purse is increasing next year to $8.7 million.
Holy cow.
$8.7 million to be paid out at the API next year. Good night. This year it's 6.3. That's a $2.5 million increase.
Good night.
In 1 year. You think guys are going to start showing up now that didn't play before?
Yes.
Now, part of it is the timing of the tournament. Some guys like to play in it because they'll take the next couple of weeks off getting ready for Augusta. Some guys like to play leading up to Augusta and don't want to play 3-4 weeks in a row, so they don't play in it. It's a matter of scheduling for some players. But how do you turn down playing in an event that the purse is damn near $9 million for 4 days' work?
God.
I mean, I'm looking here to see this year the winner gets $1.134 million. So at 8, and that's at 6.3. So at 8.7 for the entire purse, what's the winner going to get? Close to what? 1.5?
Yeah,
1.8, something like that, probably.
Yep.
Close to $2 million. It's not even a major. Whew, man. Should have practiced more when I was a kid, I got to tell you. Less baseball games and basketball games and more rounds of golf, I guess. Holy cow. So, St. Patty's Day, you got any festivities planned for today?
I don't even have on green, man.
I know, I noticed that. I should have pinched you when I saw you, but
You should have.
I figured you'd get mad at me.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. No, I'm good.
I do have green on today. Plan on watching basketball this afternoon and in a nice Irish pub and enjoying some fun over the next couple of days. So, speaking of Bay Hill, and we're looking at the early leaderboard. I mean, it doesn't really mean anything at this point, but it's always fun to see first day. You're like, whoa, look at that guy. And then by Sunday, he's not even there.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's one thing that's always fun when you look at Thursday's leaderboard. Like, holy cow, Andy Sullivan. He's at 4 under. He's tied with the big dogs. And then come Sunday, he's in like 92nd place, or you don't got to play 18 holes. You got to play 72 holes. And that's the kicker. I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to ask you this because it's come up again more and more lately. And are we all just knee-jerk overreacting, or is there more of a problem? Because even Jason Day came out 2 days ago and said he's worried about Jordan Spieth. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about this. And like, it's should we be worried that Spieth stopped winning?
I'm not the least bit worried about that young man.
He's 22 years old. Maybe is he 23 yet? Yeah. Maybe. I mean, Spieth goes on to say, the article is by Jason Sobel. And Spieth's talking about he's worried about his workload. Said he's already playing too much. Like he hasn't figured out how to say no yet. To events and sponsors and Jason Day says, dealing with all this stuff, it's difficult. I think the biggest thing for him is to embrace the challenge of being number one, because if you look in the Hall of Fame, there's no one out there that is terrible. And for him, I mean, he's got such a long career in front of him. I'm worried about him because I don't know if he's playing too much and he's doing too many things with golf and sponsor obligations that he may get burned out and go through a rut where he doesn't want to be on the golf course for a while.
So is that an insight into what Jason Day is feeling?
Maybe. Did he? Yeah, I mean, is
just speaking from experience?
Might be. I mean, he was only number one for like a day and a half.
Yeah.
So it's not like he heavyweighted the crown. I mean, he with the silly golf rankings. I mean, he was, his reign lasted, so brief you almost forget he was number one.
Yeah.
They must be close because this is. He says he's really worried about it. He's played a lot of golf, especially the last few years. Look at his world ranking and how many events he's played over the last couple of years. You can see he's kind of wearing himself out. And there's probably a point. I mean, there's probably a point where Jason Day's right to an extent. Spieth kind of burst on the scene mid-season 2 years ago. Well, this will be his third season, and he's already number one in the world, and he's played a ton. It seemed like he was playing every week. Turns out he was, and he's played in all of the events. So he's traveled back and forth across the world, and when I say all the events, I mean all the real important. Circle your calendar. You got to play in this, and maybe he does. And there's so much media obligation and he's a big family, he's tight with his family and his little sister. And
did you see the Faraday interview?
I didn't. I missed it.
Yeah,
I DVR'd it, and I just haven't had a minute to sit down and watch it.
It's pretty cool. Faraday asked him, he says, where does the maturity come from? And Spieth said, the hairline.
At least he stopped trying to, push it when he takes his hat off, push it forward to, hide it.
Yeah.
Wonder how long it'll be before he goes the Jim Furyk route.
It won't be long, man. Yeah.
The Bill Haas route.
Yeah, it won't be long.
You think?
Yeah.
Or is he going to go gracefully?
Nah.
Because wear a hat all the time. Who the hell sees, that's the upside of being a baseball player and a golfer. You always wear a hat.
Yeah.
Or you can. I guess all golfers don't wear hats, but you can. No one's going to see you without your hat on very often.
Yeah, first time I saw Kuchar without his on.
Yeah.
What happened to you, man?
Yeah. Holy cow, did you lose a bet? But yeah, he I feel I wonder how long it'll be before he goes that route.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I bet not too long before he just decides to zing it on down, or at least cut it shorter.
Yeah.
Where it's not as noticeable.
Or it could, maybe he just cuts it down there and does the Graham Dulett thing.
Yeah, did you see that? Speaking of hair,
holy cow.
Man, let's talk about that for a minute. And for those of you that are golf fans, you know what we're talking about when we say the Graham Dulett thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're flipping through the channels on Sunday watching basketball, conference final stuff, golf, everything. And they're showing Graham Dulett. My wife goes, my wife likes golf. She'll sit and watch golf tournaments with me. And she knows who a lot of the golfers are. She goes, who is that hillbilly? She's like, is he from your hometown? And I'm like, you know what? You just shut your mouth right there.
He's got West Virginia written all over
him. He does,
except
I go, no, that's not a West Virginia beard. That's a Canadian beard. I mean, he's even farther north, and she's like, good night. She goes, how do you golf with that thing on? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fairly fairly well, I guess. I mean, he was doing good. But man, that's bigger than I think that's the biggest beard I've seen on tour since Lucas Glover.
Yeah.
Grew out his a few years ago.
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah. But good night. I mean, that's verging on we're getting into Duck Dynasty territory.
Yeah.
ZZ Top.
Yeah, he could start right on Duck Dynasty.
I mean, he's, and here's the thing. At what point it shows you the change in the stuffiness of the PGA Tour. Ricky Fowler's wearing high tops.
Yeah.
And gym sweatpants or whatever the hell he's wearing, whatever those pants are he's wearing. There are some players that at times you can visibly see tattoos. And you got beards. Guys like Graham DeLay. I mean, he's the exception, but there are more guys wearing facial hair on tour than you've had. This ain't the country club. Everybody's got the short.
This ain't your grandpa's country club.
This ain't your granddad's PGA Tour. I mean, where everybody got the short. It's almost like the '70s again.
Yeah.
In a way, with the fashion and the hair and
Faraday could go out there now and fit right in.
Yeah, Johnny Miller and Nicholas in those wild pants they used to wear.
Yeah.
Just dust those off. Hopefully, you kept them where the moss didn't get to them, and bring them on out and walk down the fairways. I mean, no, you'll fit right in. Guys will probably be asking you what store, who the designer was. You're like, J.C. Penney back in 1968. But that beard is just amazing. That he golfs with that. I mean, you think about when you look down. I mean, does it touch? Does it bother? I was watching him putt, and I'm like, does it rub? Does it bother?
He could keep his extra balls in there.
His tee. He can stick his tee, his ball marker in there. He could his snack between the 6th and 7th holes. He could put in there. I mean, that thing's awesome.
Yeah,
he could get that thing sponsored.
Yeah, he could. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you could braid it into your sponsor's logo or something, or brand it.
Brand. Yeah, I mean, that thing is amazing.
Burn it in there.
You know, the funny thing is, I can see this now. He won't play for a week or two or whatever, and then he'll show up at the next tournament, and it'll be gone.
Yeah.
It won't be a subtle thing where he brings it back down under control or a little bit. It'll just be. He shows that he plays and takes a couple of weeks off and shows up at the next tournament, and they don't let him in because they don't recognize him.
Yep.
And it's just gone. You're like, hey, who's that guy? That guy looks like DeLay, that guy that had the beard. Before he grew the beard, I'm like, wait, that is him. Yeah. But good. Did we just spend 3 minutes talking about his beard?
Or 5.
Or 5. Something. I mean, but, do you think, think about it, though, but, 10, 15, 20 years ago, that would have never flown on the PGA Tour, man.
No way.
They would have pulled him aside and handed him some Barbasol and a Schick. Speaking of sponsors, here, we just found your new sponsor.
Yeah.
Now getting them back in the locker room and shave that.
Yeah, peel that thing off.
Yeah, get that off your face. At least take it down to a goatee or something. But my word, I mean that was impressive. I'm glad you brought that. I'm glad you brought that up because I meant to ask you. Your thoughts on that, but I mean, I like it. It gives us something different to talk about.
Yeah, man. I think it's cool.
Right? I mean, golf is meant to. We say it all the time. It's stuff shirted, so let's have a little more fun. Let's add a little more color, flair. I mean, whatever words you want to say to it. They're building more, trying to build more fun into the game of golf. I read an article a few weeks ago about the popularity of some what do they call them, micro golf courses or short golf courses where they're like 12 holes, and it's like an executive course. They're either all par 3s or par 3 and par 4. They're designed for millennials.
Well, there's a dude, and I need to look this up probably before I speak it. But
is dude a golf term?
Yeah, in South Central Michigan.
Yeah,
who built a course up there, and he had 3-hole, 5-hole, 12-hole. You could play whatever you want to play. Had everything routed so that you could do that. And last I heard, they were making that work. I thought it was a stellar idea.
Yeah, the article I saw was in Golf Digest or something a few weeks ago, and we didn't talk about it because something else going on we touched on. But they ran down a list of like 8 or 10 of the most popular of those courses, and they're doing very well.
Well, see, I'm not a millennial, as you can tell by looking at me, but I have always thought that golf should have been a 12-hole game.
Well, I like the 18 holes because it gives me more time to have more beer.
Yeah.
It's just
at 12 holes, I'm ready to stop playing golf and just drink beer. The golf gets in the way.
Oh! I see the route you're taking on
Yeah.
that. See, I'm looking for the more time.
Yeah.
To keep going.
Yeah.
I like but no, listen, it needs to be that way because it's hard to go to a golf course. And here's the thing: it's hard to go to a golf course in a lot of places and tell them you just want to play 9 holes.
Yeah.
Because it screws up the tee sheet.
Yep.
And it shouldn't. And I don't know why it does, but that's what courses will tell you.
Yeah.
That it screws up the tee sheet. And as soon as, one day we'll get on here and get one of our pros here, in town, one of the many, and ask why I can't play 9 holes. Yeah. What does that do?
Well, that's coming, man. I mean, that's
but
inevitable.
It's not. But it should have already been here.
Yeah, and it's inevitable. They're gonna have to deal with it. But that's in order for the game to grow and really just sustain itself and then grow. We're going to have to be open to those sorts of things.
There are a few golf courses that I've read about that have taken their existing footprint, and what they've done is, like on the par 5s, they've added a couple of extra greens.
Yeah.
So you can play, if you're trying to play the shorter, like 6 holes, 9 holes, 12 holes thing, you can actually play them as par 3s or par 4s. Same tee boxes.
Yeah.
But you can play. So a par 5 would actually be a par 3, a par 4, and a par 5.
Yeah.
By the regular traditional 18 hole design, it's a par 5. But if you want to, if you're playing the short track, so to speak, you can play it as a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
Because it moves quicker and gets you onto the next hole.
And the thing there that most golf courses, I think, hedge on is, okay, so what does that do to the guy? Okay, we got a group of guys playing it as a par 5. And right behind them are some guys playing it as a par 3. So the par 5 guys go up, they hit their first shot, then they hit their second shot. The par 3 guys hit their shot to the green. So they just passed the guys that were playing as a par 5.
Right.
The dude that we interviewed up in Michigan says it's not a problem.
No.
That they just have an own rule that the people that are there the guys that are playing 18 have priority. They play through.
And it seems like an odd thing because we don't see this. We don't have any of that here. None of us have experienced it. But if you're playing that course, that's just something that you know.
Yeah.
Like you know that. Maybe the first time or two you play there, it's a little weird. But if it's a course you play fairly regularly and where you live, then you just know, oh, hey, look, these guys, where'd those guys come from? Oh, they're playing the short track.
Yep.
They're not playing the full 18.
Yeah.
And, and guys just know. And the short track guys know, oh, these guys are on the tee. Okay, we got to wait for them.
Yeah.
We can't go. We got to. And it just works out.
Yeah.
It just works out. And I think you'll need to see more of that. And I wouldn't be hard to do in a place like Myrtle Beach because of the tourists.
Oh, absolutely.
It's hard to do that here. If there's going to be courses like that here, they almost have to be completely separate.
Yeah.
I think it would be hard to take an existing course and build in a short track, so to speak. And I keep saying short track. That's not the right terminology, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
A short course. I think that would be hard to do here because when you get guys mixed in that are here on golf vacations and locals trying to play or whatever, it would just be.
Yeah, you don't want to get in the way of the guy playing his 6-hour round.
Right. Yeah, heaven forbid. That guy paid good money to play 6-hour round.
If you don't believe me, ask him. He'll tell you.
Oh, good Lord. That never ever made sense to me when a guy says, "I'll play at the pace I want to play. I paid good money for that."
Yeah.
So you want to play in 6 hours?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it. When
Don't you
a
wanna
guy
go to the
says,
strip
"I
club?
won't speed up,"
Don't you want to go to the strip club tonight?
don't you want to get in the clubhouse and have a beer? Don't you want to go to dinner when you're done? I mean, I can never understand that. And the guy's like, "Well, I'm not, I paid my money." So you want to play that guy?
So that same guy though, I pass him here on 17, and he's doing 35 miles an hour
in the left-hand lane.
Yeah.
Well,
it's the
because
same guy that played 6 hours.
Well, because the golf course is on the left.
Yeah.
Now it's 7 miles from where he's driving.
Yeah, or 17, whatever.
But I mean, he knows.
Don't want to miss it.
Listen, the guy at the hotel that gave him directions told him that when he goes up the highway, the course is on the left.
Get in the
so
left lane.
he hurry up and got in the left lane because he doesn't want to miss it. Even though he said it's about a 30-minute ride.
Yeah.
He had to get in that left lane because he doesn't want to miss the course. He doesn't want to miss the golf course.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, and they're probably from Ohio if they're driving in the left lane all the time.
Yeah.
From experience.
Yeah.
But I just, that's
nothing against you, Ohio folks. We just
no. Listen, growing up from West Virginia on the border of Ohio, it's definitely against the Ohio folks. I'll wear that. It's definitely against the Ohio folks. They're all driving
that's
like
a West
idiots.
Virginia thing.
That's right. I'll take that.
It's not a Myrtle Beach thing.
It's not a Myrtle Beach, and it's not the views and expressions of the GolfMongwer are not.
Disclaimer
are not the views of the golfdirector.com. Please be aware that they are Brian's opinions only.
You're gonna have to start flashing that across.
Hell, you'd have to do that the whole show.
I
People
know.
wouldn't be able to see nothing. Yeah, I'll wear that one. I don't care.
That's why they call him the most opinionated man in golf. Okay.
Those slow left-hand drivers, they were all born they were taught in Ohio.
And those are the nice names we call him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he has been known as the Rush Limbaugh of
Wait
golf.
a minute. What did I'm trying to do a show. What I do to you? No. But yeah, you're seeing more of that.
Yeah.
And you're seeing it in different areas. But I'd love to see one here. I'd love to see somebody take a chance and build a course that has options where you can play to 6 holes or 9 holes or 12 holes or
maybe Isaiah Sands will do it. They've got the 9-inch cups or whatever they are, and the strippers on the course.
We'll ask our good buddy Boucherone. I read one course has 2 cup sizes on each hole.
Isaiah does.
I thought you just had the 8-inch.
No, they put the other one in. I think now at one time they had them both. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I mean that would be what happens if I guess that could get in the way though.
Well, if you're putting to the small guy and the big one's in the way,
if I'm making the big ones as a count,
I guess.
I mean that to me is the only issue with that is what happens if I'm putting from over here and I have to putt past. It's in my line.
Yeah.
That's the question I have.
You bring out a wedge and you chip over it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if the one hole has me stymied,
it's a stymie.
Well, vice versa. What if I'm one of the guys playing the big hole and I've got the regular cup is. Of course, I probably couldn't make it anyway if I'm the guy playing.
You should be able to miss that.
Yeah, I was going to say probably miss it anyway. If I feel the need to play the bigger cups, I'm probably going to miss the small cup anyway.
Small.
Just aim for it. I'm not going to make it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh man. By the way, for those of you, the very first game in the NCAA tournament is wrapping up and ending with 11 seconds left. Duke is up 7 on UNC Wilmington. It's been a much more competitive game than most people probably thought. Duke's currently up 92-85 and shooting some foul shots, and the game's going to be over. But the first game of
11 seconds left. The game will be over 15 minutes.
It'll be over in 20 minutes. Yeah, the first of 63 games over the next 3 weeks is about to be in the books.
There you go.
And I will watch 60 of those 63 games.
Good for
probably.
you, man.
I love it. It's been a fun show today. Thanks for tuning in. Keep up with us on Twitter at the Golf Director and at GolfMongwer. I will be in the midst of all my tweets and about the NCAA tournament. I will be tweeting about golf and the Arnold Palmer Invitation. And you guys have listened to me long enough. I'm a sports fan. I mean, this is a golf show, and I'm passionate about golf, but I'm a sports fan. I will tweet about, if you follow me on Twitter, I tweet about football, basketball, baseball. Baseball, this is a great time of year. You got the NCAA tournament, golf's going into the Masters, and opening day of baseball is right around the corner.
Yep.
This is This is fantastic. Hockey's coming down the stretch, getting ready for the playoffs. This is awesome time of year for me. I love it. And I love it. I can't wait. And speaking of the Masters, in a few weeks we are going to have our Masters shows here. Yep. We are going to be live an hour or two Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then we're going to go full hours. We say 4 hours, but we're going to come on the air about 2:00 on Sunday. We're going to be on till the end, till the champion is crowned. So looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun. Stay tuned for more details on that. But this has been another edition of the GolfMongwer Show. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for following. Again, follow me on Twitter at GolfMongwer. TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Digital Network for thegolfdirector.com. Be sure to check out our featured golf course pages. Dave's sitting in the back waiting for your phone call or email. If you need help with your next golf vacation, just give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF-1. That's 844-464-6531. All of the programming here at the Golf Director is archived for listening and viewing on demand. You can just click on the TGD Radio and TGD TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. You can find us on over 1 billion devices. We're on iTunes. We're on Audio Realm. We're on TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, Periscope, Catch Me. If you can't find us, you're not looking. So thanks again for tuning in to the GolfMongwer Show today, folks. There's more great news and information coming up next. And as always, keep it in the short grass. Happy St. Paddy's Day, everybody.